This great award. I'm going to hang it in my office in Washington. You know, it is great to have organizations like CBID here. It's great to have so many great elected officials in this neighborhood. I grew up here in Park Slope, went to PS 39, junior high school 51. My mother taught at IS 88. It's great to be, there you go, big up Peter Roger. It was, someone will tell me later. You know, it's really a remarkable moment in our American civic life. You know, so many of the things that are kind of bedrock improvements that we've made in Americans' lives over the course of the last 50 years are under attack. There's really no other way to put it. And a lot of our neighbors get up in the morning and they are fairly confident in the idea that after having a Medicare Act that's been in place now for over 40 years, where seniors who once had about a 30% poverty rate now in single digits because they don't have to worry about where their health care is going to come from, they assume that Medicare is something that's imbued as much as being part of America as anything else. They don't realize that next week we're going to consider a budget that will essentially end Medicare. It would say, let's give to senior citizens a voucher. If you can find health care, great. If not, I guess you don't have it. We're going to take the Medicaid program next week. We're going to vote in the House to cut it by about $800 billion. So that means essentially we have two choices. Because you have to pay for health care. It's not like the bill fairy is going to come down after we pass that bill and pick up the cost. It's going to get passed along to us. And in the state legislature and the city council, they're going to have to raise taxes by $800-some-odd billion because we're not going to allow people to just lie in the streets and not get health care. The very idea of organizing as Americans, looking to our left, looking to our right, and saying we have common interests, let's move forward, is under siege right now. And we mustn't forget the idea that these things did not happen because politicians got together and said, wouldn't it be great if we paid people time and a half for overtime? Or wouldn't it be great if we had an OSHA law? No, these things happen because Americans fought for them, and we have to fight for them again. Now, I don't need to tell this room, but we should, to some degree, embrace this fight. This is an opportunity for us to explain to a whole generation of Americans some things that maybe they took for granted. This is an opportunity for us to decide once again how we define ourselves as Democrats and what make us Democrats and not Republicans. We should embrace this fight and we should bring it on and lean into it. And let me conclude with this thought. You know, we're watching what's going on in Wisconsin with this triangulation against unions and against working people. You know, this is an opportunity for us to relearn and re-educate on the lessons of what it means to be a progressive and what it means to be a Democrat. You know, we know, though, the famous expression, a canary in a coal mine. Well, at the turn of the century, there really were coal miners who walked into coal mines, not with masks, but with a bird in a cage that they hung up in the mine. And when the mine got too gaseous and that bird fell off its perch and died, that was how they knew it was time for the coal miners to leave. That was 3 generations ago. This generation's fight is going to be to explain why we can't let the Koch brothers and we can't let corporate America and we can't let the big moneyed interests who have done remarkably well in this country, we can't let them take away the rights that we have and the protections that we have. CBID has always been fighting for these things. We're going to fight for them now. With your help, we're going to keep doing. With our great congressional delegation, we're going to keep doing. And I'm going to do it with this plaque on my wall. Thank you very much.